Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Matic then. So we've not looked at Matic for a while, and I can understand why. And I feel sorry for a lot of the guys. I'm actually part of the Matic forum, the Telegram chat, and I go on there and I just feel like some people are just lost. They just feel as though it's a scam or whatever. I mean, you could look at every single crypto as a scam. When you're winning, it's not a scam. When you're losing, it's a scam. Look, at the end of the day, it's crypto, right? We love it because it makes big moves. It makes big moves up and down, okay? And sometimes it just doesn't do anything at all. And most of the time when it does nothing at all, it becomes one of the most interesting times. Because for me as a trader, it allows me to view the chart properly. When you have companies or blockchain people, I'm losing my train of thought, but when they're doing pump and dump messages, when a tweet comes out going, oh, guess what? I've got something to tell you on Sunday, and then you're like, oh, and then you see the price pump as a result of that. You're like, oh. For me, I don't like that because what it does is it breaks chart formation and it makes it harder for me to work out where it was going to go without that. Charts work most of the time, and when people do that, when that sort of thing happens, when the FOMO happens, charts become less reliable, and the more that happens, the worse it is for me to trade it. Okay, so I made a video about why Matic was underperforming a few weeks ago, and then I followed that up with another one saying that actually Matic looks like it could be doing something, and that was about a week ago. And today I've decided to come back to revisit what's going on with Matic and see if we can work out if there's any rhyme or reason to it. So, first of all, we go back in recent history after the big financial dump, right? So we came down here, we formed a trend line that we were being tested, and a bullish trend line. Most coins had something similar to this, and then we tested it and we were looking weaker and weaker. All this was pump and dump stuff. We had a trading competition, we had the mainnet, we had staking being thrown down our throats, and people didn't know whether they were coming or going. All I can tell you is that certainly there was reasons why we topped off here, because this was 27 cent, and 27 cent, if you didn't know, is a very magic number for Matic. It corresponds to where we had our parabolic high, and we test the 27 cent area. Tested it here, broke from it, tested it here, broke down from it, we tested it here and broke down from it, and then obviously we came to test it here and broke down from it. So Matic has a 27 cent top basically, and you might think, well, if that's such a super resistance, this coin's never going to go anywhere. That's not the case. A super resistance is there to be broken one day. It doesn't mean it happens sooner rather than later. One day it will break, and it will break well. It broke this time, and it went and made basically an all-time high with a candle body, not an actual all-time high. It was a big deal. And when I say break, obviously we broke above it here, but these aren't candle body closes. We want to see candle body closes, and then we can get excited. Anyway, back to the chart. So we've been kind of going sideways for a little bit, consolidating, you could say, after this silly pump and dump situation. That's not such a bad thing. The bad thing is that we're beneath this upwards trend, which used to be support, which is now resistance. I assume is going to be resistance when we come up to test it. So it's going to be around 22.5 cent as of today. But the good thing is it moves up, which means that every day that resistance is higher and higher and higher. One day that's going to reach 27 cent, I should mention, and that's when it's going to get interesting. When will that be? Well, I can tell you exactly when that will be. That will be on the 13th of September. Right, so there we go. We've got a date, the 13th of September. Are we going to go bullish from here? Are we going to be stuck above 2 cent and bouncing around this trend? That wouldn't be such a bad thing either. We've got a level of support which is anywhere as low as 18.5 and 2 cent. Okay, staying above there is good because it means we're accumulating. Let's have a look at the MACD, for instance. The MACD isn't really showing us that it's accumulating at this point. It's showing that it's got a lot of people buying and selling, not knowing what the hell's going on with it. Probably watching all your other big top cap coins pumping and going, I'm out of Matic, I'm going into that one. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. There's gains to be had in all these. Look at XRP, for instance. Who would have known it? I knew it, but that aside, who would have known? And especially when you have a coin like Matic, which has in the past done huge big runs, it's been very underwhelming at the moment. So let's say that we're going to trade above 2 cent. Then this is a nice trading range, expanding every single day, and eventually after the 13th of September, it will break 27 cent. There'll be another trend involved in this by that time, I'm sure, but for the moment it's a sideways, probably I'd call consolidation from this silly move that was made in part by Binance, giving a competition, pushing that staking, pushing that mainnet release, people getting overexcited thinking that something special is going to happen just because of a mild technology update, you know. Anyway, as far as this chart's concerned, I think we're still going to go sideways for a little longer. We have a golden cross back here, that's good, but we don't have a nice spread of moving averages. If we continue with this path, bumping our way up here, maybe even getting above this trend and turning that to support, then we will get that nice spread again, but for the moment we don't have it. Let's have a look on the lower time frames. What do we have here? Lower time frames look interesting as well. We're about to have a golden cross take place on the 4 hourly, so this could form continuation. The way that these often work is that you have a dump back down into it, so we could see ourselves coming back down to just below 21 cent and then carry on from there. If we stay above 21 cent full stop, we will get this golden cross probably in the next day or two, and that should cause continuation. RSI is quite high, MACD is looking good, money flow index is neither here nor there. Let's just have a look at the 12 hourly just for see where we are. So the golden cross took place all the way back here and is still playing out, but no nice looking spread on this one, so that's a real mess. So all eyes are on the 4 hourly for the moment. I think that this one is likely to cause a bit of a move, and we could come up easily, I'd say, to test this and maybe break it. If we do break it, we have to then turn that to support. So if you like to look at your charts, I would create that trend line yourself. It's relatively easy to make. Use this. We're doing it on candle bodies. You can also do it on wicks, but I'm doing it candle bodies, and you will see we have supports here, and supports on these wicks, and then kind of found ourselves supported around these levels as well. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about Matic. All eyes on the 4 hourly. We're looking for some decent moves on this one in the short term, and then hopefully that will transfer onto the long term. Because we're working in triage. The long term time frames have already met their criteria, such as golden crosses. The 4 hourly is the one that will then confirm to us that there is likely to be more of a continuation, and then we'll get a nice even spread of those moving averages. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. I've rambled on long enough. Thanks for watching. Join my Telegram and have a nice day. Take it easy.